Also, by the way, dreams of a vulgar nature, wet dreams, these are also from shaitan. Now, a man is not sinful, or a woman is not sinful for having such dreams. However, as you all know, the fiqh is when you wake up and you find that you have reached that state, then you must perform an entire ghusl. That dream is from shaitan, even though there's no sin on you because you don't control your dreams. And that is why the prophets never have wet dreams. None of the prophets can have wet dreams because this is from shaitan, this extreme vulgarity that it is natural. I mean, there's no reason for us to feel guilty about this. It is natural for a person to go through this, and it is not something to feel any issue about. But we should realize that this type of dream is coming from shaitan. It's shaitan who will show us such images in our head and cause this to happen. And then we wake up in the middle of this freezing cold weather and we have to go take a shower. This is not something that is coming from us or from Allah. This is from shaitan. So this is another type of hulm, another type of evil dream. Once again, we don't tell people about it. We don't go tell anybody. But if we wake up in that state, obviously we have to do ghusl. So this is the second type of dream. So the first type was what? Hadithun nafs. The second type, nightmares from shaitan. The third type, this leaves the third type. The third type is mubashirat, or also called in Arabic ru'ya. And ru'ya is a vision from Allah. It is a positive dream. And no dream from Allah will cause you to awake in a frightened state. You will not wake up terrified, or else it wouldn't be a mubashir, would it? What does mubashir mean? From bashir, from bashara. What does mubashir mean? Glad tidings, good news, right? Something optimistic. Or, even if it's not positive, it will be a factual statement. It will be something true and not something terrifying. Now, what is the sign of this type of dream? You will wake up remembering the dream vividly. So it's not hadithun nafs. And you will wake up not in a terrified state. When these two conditions are met, it is very possible, very likely that it is a mubashir. Sometimes you wake up in a positive state because you saw something positive. And sometimes you wake up in a neutral state. You're not scared and you're not happy, but you might be confused. What did I see? But you're never going to wake up terrified. If you wake up terrified, it's not from Allah. It's from shaitan. Now, dreams from Allah are one of two types. Dreams from Allah are one of two types. The first of them, which is less common, is that you see an actual event with you in it without any symbolism. You see something that will happen in the future. You see something that will happen in the future. And there's no symbolism in it. It's a direct, if you like, an enactment of the future. This is exactly what will happen. Okay? So, the Prophet ﷺ saw a dream that he's doing tawaf around the Kaaba. What year was this? 6th year of the Hijrah. 6th year of the Hijrah, right? He saw a dream, he's doing tawaf around the Kaaba. So, there is no symbolism. When he saw the dream, he knew this is not a symbolic dream. So he said, "O Muslims, I saw a dream, I'm doing tawaf around the Kaaba, let's go do Umrah." What happened that year? They stopped him from coming in. And the Treaty of Hudaybiyah took place, right? With that we will talk about, perhaps maybe 1-2 years from now, inshallah. If Allah gives us every Wednesday to come, there'll be a long time ahead, Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Maybe even actually 3 or 4 years. But we'll get there sometime, inshallah. We'll talk about it in detail. Where the Prophet ﷺ was prevented from going into Mecca. He saw a dream. There's no symbolism. I saw myself doing tawaf and shaving my hair. This will happen. Allah said in the Quran, this dream that you saw is a true dream. لَقَدْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ رَسُولَهُ رُؤْيَا بِالْحَقِّ لَتَدْخُلُنَّ الْمَسْجِدَ الْحَرَامِ. You're going to enter Masjid al-Haram. It will happen. Not this year, next. It will happen next year. So this is the first type of dream. That you see an actual enactment of what will happen. This is rarer. It's rare. But it happens. It's more common to the prophets. So Prophet Ibrahim sees, what does he see? إِنِّي أَرَى فِي الْمَنَامِ أَنِّي أَذْبَحُكَ. I see myself sacrificing you. There's no symbolism. It's clear cut. Right? More common to the prophets. With regards to such types of dreams, our Prophet ﷺ narrates, Aisha tells us, that for 6 months before the revelation of the Quran, every single night, the Prophet ﷺ would see one of these dreams. For 6 months non-stop. Every time our Prophet ﷺ would go to sleep, he would dream what's going to happen tomorrow. He might be in the souk buying and selling, he dreams it. Next day, the exact same thing happens. He dreams he's going to meet somebody. Next day, that person comes, he meets him. One day, literally, 12 hours gap. He sees the dream, the next morning it happens. For 6 months non-stop. Why? Allah is telling him something special is going to happen. Allah is telling him something great is going to happen, preparing him for the revelation of Iqra. For 6 months this happens, and then Iqra is revealed. So this is this type of dream. We said dreams from Allah are 2 types. Number 1, no symbolism. Number 2, symbolism. And this is the more common type. This is the more common type. Sometimes the prophets have it, yes. And more commonly, even non-prophets have it. And in this type of dream, every object that you see symbolizes, represents something else. So, an ear of corn represents a year of water, according to the story of Yusuf, right? Or a very fat cow and a very thin cow represents a year of drought versus a year of surplus, right? Or X represents Y. A tree represents this, the Kaaba represents that, okay? Light represents something else. In one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, I saw men wearing robes of different sizes. Some of their robes were up to their necks, some of them up to their stomachs. And I saw Umar ibn al-Khattab, his robe, his shirt was dragging behind him. They said, how did you interpret it? He said, the religion. People have different sizes of religion. Some's religion is small, some's religion is big. Umar's religion was so strong, it's going all the way back there. So a shirt means religion in this dream. Now, by the way, this doesn't mean that in every single dream a shirt symbolizes religion. But in this dream it did. So this type of dream is a symbolic dream. We see it right now in the story of Yusuf right now. Because he sees 11 stars. And he sees the sun and the moon. This is symbolic, symbolism. Everything that you see, every color, every animal, every image, every plant, every inanimate object that you remember, it represents something. Now this type of representation, not everybody can unlock it. Not everybody can explain it.